Hello, I'm Cashman. Let me show you how money really works.
Most people assume that having more possessions, more gadgets, more vehicles, more things filling their homes, is proof that they're doing well financially. But what if the opposite is true? What if many of the things people spend decades accumulating are the very reason they never seem to have enough money? For millions of Americans, especially those approaching or living in retirement, that is exactly what's happening. They worked hard, they earned the paycheck, they bought the house, the furniture, the hobbies, the toys, and the upgrades. They followed the formula society handed them. Yet somehow, money still feels tight. In this video, you'll discover why some retirees free up hundreds of dollars every month without earning another dollar, as well as the three-step framework wealthy retirees use to escape what I call the stuff cage, and how one simple shift can potentially add tens of thousands of dollars back into your retirement over the next decade. If you miss this, you could spend the next 10 years maintaining possessions that quietly drain your wealth while the money you actually need for financial security never gets the chance to grow. Here's what most people believe. They believe wealth is visible. A full garage, a second vehicle, a boat on the water, a storage unit packed with possessions, a house filled with things collected over decades. Society reinforced this belief. Advertising reinforced it. Every commercial told us success looks like ownership. Every upgrade appeared to represent progress. So millions of Americans spent decades building lives full of things. But here's the problem. Many retirees aren't running out of money because they failed to save. They're running out of money because too much of their wealth is trapped inside possessions that continually demand money long after the excitement of the purchase is gone. The average American spends thousands of dollars every year maintaining, storing, insuring, repairing, and replacing possessions. According to industry estimates, millions of Americans continue paying monthly storage fees for items they rarely use or haven't touched in years. Think about that. Paying money every month to keep things you don't even use. Have you ever walked through your garage, attic, spare bedroom, or storage unit and realized you're paying to keep things you've forgotten you even own? The people who always seem to have money, the ones who rarely appear stressed financially, didn't necessarily earn more than everyone else. They simply made different ownership decisions. Let me show you exactly how this works. Imagine a couple in their early 60s. They've worked hard their entire lives. Their garage holds 2 vehicles. There's a boat they use a few times a year. A storage unit costs them $180 every month. Their homeowner's insurance continues rising because of everything inside the property. From the outside, they appear comfortable, successful, established. But something else is happening beneath the surface. That boat cost $35,000 8 years ago. Since then, they've spent approximately $1,800 annually on maintenance. Another $1,400 annually on insurance. Another $2,100 annually on storage and winterizing. That's more than $5,000 every year. Over 8 years, they've spent over $42,000 maintaining an asset now worth a fraction of what they paid. That's the ownership drain. And it's rarely just one item. It's the boat, the second vehicle, the timeshare, the storage unit, the hobby equipment, the collections, the extra appliances, the furniture sitting in storage from a home they sold years ago. Individually, they seem harmless. Together, they become a silent cash flow leak. Month after month, year after year. This is what I call the stuff cage. The stuff cage is when your possessions stop serving you and you start serving them. The wealthy understand something most people never realize. Every dollar has a job, every asset has a purpose. And a possession that continually costs money without generating money is not an asset. It's a liability wearing the appearance of wealth. Warren Buffett once said, "If you buy things you do not need, soon you will have to sell things you do need." That's a powerful warning. Because eventually, every dollar flowing toward maintenance is a dollar that cannot flow toward financial freedom. But here's where this gets really interesting. Some possessions don't just cost money. They actually prevent money from being created. Question of the day. What is one thing in your home or life that costs you money every month but doesn't provide real financial value? Comment below. I read every response. So how do you break free from the stuff cage? 3 steps. Reduce, redirect, rebuild. Step 1. Reduce. Start by identifying every possession that carries an ongoing cost: insurance, maintenance, registration, storage, subscriptions, repairs. Ask one simple question: does this item generate more value than it costs? Not sentimental value. Not, I might use it someday. Value. Financial value. If the answer is no, comment no below. It's quietly draining your wealth. Many retirees discover hundreds of dollars every month hidden inside expenses they've stopped noticing. Step 2. Redirect. This is where most people make a mistake. They sell something and simply spend the savings somewhere else. That's not wealth building. That's lifestyle recycling. Instead, redirect every dollar you free. The money previously spent maintaining a boat, storage unit, or unused vehicle now gets assigned a new job. A productive job. An income-producing job. Imagine redirecting $5,300 annually into a diversified investment strategy. Over time, the difference becomes substantial. The money was always available. It simply had the wrong assignment. Step 3. Rebuild. This is where quiet wealth begins. You don't rebuild around possessions. You rebuild around production. Income-producing assets, dividend-paying investments, treasury securities, rental income, broad market index funds, assets that work while you sleep, assets that don't require a storage unit, assets that don't need oil changes, assets that don't demand maintenance calls, assets that don't sit in your driveway losing value every year. What's your asset count? Comment below. The principle is simple. Own what generates, release what drains. That's the shift. And despite what many people think, this isn't about deprivation. It's not about living with less. It's about living with the right things. Here's what most people miss. Doing nothing is still a decision. And often it's the most expensive decision of all. Every month you continue paying to maintain possessions that drain your wealth is another month that money isn't compounding, isn't generating income, isn't strengthening your retirement. The retirees who always seem to have money understand this. They stopped paying for the appearance of wealth and started building the substance of wealth. That's why they can travel. That's why they help family members. That's why they sleep better. That's why unexpected expenses don't create panic. Because they built systems that generate money instead of systems that consume money. I call this quiet wealth. No showing off, no endless maintenance bills. No stuff cage, just assets quietly working in the background. That's the real secret to always having money. Not earning more, not buying more, not storing more, owning the right things. The danger isn't owning too much. The danger is waking up 10 years from now and realizing thousands of dollars that could have been compounding were spent maintaining possessions you barely used. Now that you know how the stuff cage works, you're going to need to know which assets actually belong in a wealth-building retirement strategy. If you don't know this, you could accidentally replace one financial drain with another. The big reveal is in my next video, where I'll show you the specific assets that generate income quietly without the volatility that keeps many retirees awake at night. You don't want to miss it. See you in our next video.